Hi and welcome to this little video. It's the first of the year and I've been hesitant on what to post and how to get started with YouTube again after just not being able to edit any videos on my super full hard drive. But I solved the problem, I think, and I thought would just start with something very unusual for me. It's an art talk. I am going to show you a couple of items. I am going to talk a little bit about this and that, and I'm not going to be creating anything right now. I'm just going to be sitting here with my coffee and bringing out we're going to look at art journals and some of the things I'm thinking about this year. And I'm just going to pretend it's January 1st, even though we'll soon be heading into March. So that's what I've been planning for this short-ish video, and I hope you'll tag along. The sun is out and it's a beautiful day. One of the things that I have started blogging and that I'm doing this year is 365 collages. I have done this project 3 years. And they're not consecutive, they're really spread out during my 20 years of blogging. So maybe 3, 4 or 5 years in between those big commitment projects that I've been working on. The first one I did was someone else's idea, and I think she called hers Daily Art Cards, so that's what I called mine. I did a lot of collage, but I also did doodling, drawing, some sketching, some painting, so it was all over the place and a lot of experimentation. I don't think I blogged all of those, but I definitely scanned them and uploaded them to Flickr, and I did a few posts here and there on my blog. But then 2013 I did a project that I called 365 collages, and with that project I finished 365 collages. Strangely enough, they were collages, yeah. So and since then I think I've considered myself a collage artist. I really love the method of just taking a glue stick, my canvas, which have been this kind of square format. I found this at a flea market once. So and these are the few that I have remaining that are square, and then I have some. I don't think there are more than maybe 100 of these here, so they will not last the entire year, but I will use these up. These are rectangles, so I'm going to be cutting them down to square, these last ones. So maybe we can do that as well while I talk. I love this one. It is so cool and great when you need to chomp like that. It's just something so satisfying and amazing with this. I mean, I have one of those like things, which is not made as sturdy and not has this kind of really sharp blade and heavy duty thing. But I think I'm gonna get rid of it now that I have this one, because this is just so good. I mean, I can even take 2 of these, or 3 maybe even, and chomp and make them into the size that I want. And when I did my previous 365 collages, oh my goodness, I had to bring out the mat and the knife and the ruler to make my squares. Which, I mean, didn't mind at the time, but I didn't know that this was possible and such a time saver. Now we have already done a new little pile of square collages, square canvases that I'm going to make collages on. I mean, they're definitely not acid free, but I mean, we're all gonna die one day, and I think my little collages that are made of all kinds of found papers, painted papers, magazine images at times, even though I'm trying to be more of a using other kind of material for my art, even though I still use magazine images in glue books and in my art journal. But for like this kind of art collage, they're very different things. So I mean, glue books for me is a craft, and art journaling is something in between art and journaling and crafts, and these to me are very much art. So because they're made on simple canvas paper that I can frame, that can be sold, that are individual pieces, while in an art journal I'm thinking of the flow of the book, how it all relates together, and it's more for a personal reflection. Maybe I should do a video on my different views on different things, or a blog post series or something. I think that's something that's been on my mind for quite a long time as well. Never taken the time actually to do it. So yeah, well, back to not shopping. So 2013 I finished, I did that. I had a plan to make a book with all the collages, and I still have that idea in my head because I cannot let go of anything. So and then I did it again with quite a few more people joining in from Instagram that we did in 2018, and as well with Tammy of Daisy Yellow. That's 3 finished 365 projects that I call them, year long, I could say. Maybe that's easier for me to say actually. Anyway, I have finished those 3. I tried 2 years ago to do another collage project, but I wasn't committed to sharing. I just lost track of myself and everything. This was during the pandemic, so maybe that's why, and maybe I wasn't into blogging as much. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't just talk. Now I've showed you these, so I'm just gonna move them aside. They are shooting target practice things, and I've had them for quite a few years, and I've used them so much. I love how they're like perfect size, sturdy, especially when they were square. The square ones were a little bit bigger, I think. Now they're shrunk down, and my daily art cards were like, yeah. So anyway, any size you can do this. And Tammy has the great idea that we are going to do 365 somethings, but in fractions. So you can join in and do a fraction of it and still feel like you're part of the community, which we have going already. So check out her blog to read more about the fraction idea. Check out my blog to see what collages I've already finished. I'm catching up. I'm not totally on track yet, but I've been really productive this week, and that's why I thought I would do a video. This is the art journal I started last year, which I have quite a few videos of showing how I prep it. My idea for this video was that I was going to make something in this one, but I'm just gonna talk. I mean, maybe I also pulled out some pages from a old magazine. This is a great magazine that is about arts and crafts here in Sweden, where I am. So this is going into the bin now because I've taken out all the things that I liked, and I thought I would use this woman's hands in my art journal, so maybe I should just cut those out. I follow her, Anna Bauer, on Instagram, so I feel like I know her even though I've never met her, and that is the power of sharing your arts and crafts on the internet. You find people who is your jam. Even, I mean, she's in Sweden, but she lives in another big city far away from me. So maybe I won't ever meet her in person, but she has awesome workshops for knitters, and she's written my favorite knitting book, which I reviewed on the blog. So I can link you to her book on alternates. So where should we put this? Oh, I love this page. This is from a book about kittens that I think I showed in like a thrift haul video last year or the year before that even. So I pulled out, this is from the cover, so I tried to separate the image from the hardcover, and kind of worked. It tore up a bit, but I wanted to stick it in. And maybe we can put Anna on this page, or her hands at least, and then just continue on with, I don't know, a bit more doodles around it, or colors, or I don't know. Yeah, so I've talked about my 365 project, and the YouTube thingy got sidetracked. I have several videos, so when I post this, after that I hope I can continue editing, because I have several videos already filmed, but I haven't edited, and like I said, because my hard drive was really full. Plus, in November, I participated in something that I call NaBoPlomo. That is short for National Blog Posting Month, and I added the I, not for I, Hannah, but for international peeps that are not in the US. We are so lucky to not be in the US right now. So anyway, which is just like it sounds, you write one blog post every day for an entire long, cold winter month of November, and it was really fun. And since then I really felt like both that I love blogging so much, and that I want to continue, that I want to be like a cheerleader for blogging. So if you are a blogger, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to come around, and I mean, I can't promise to support any more people than I'm already trying. I'm trying to be better at commenting on the people that comment on my blog. I'm trying to be better at replying. I'm trying my hardest to be a cheerleader for the blogging community, because I think we need it. Because frankly, social media is going haywire. and it's just not fun anymore on many platforms. I'm enjoying right now Blue Sky, and I'm also dipping my toes here and there on different places. Didn't really get into Mastodon at all. I don't know why. We'll see what happens with that, but blogging I got back into. It was really great, and maybe I can find people to encourage to do blogging again. I mean, if you have a blog, you own your photos, you own your text, you can rearrange them however, you can edit, you can delete, you can promote it in different ways on the social media if you like that, but nobody can take it away from you. Talked about blogging, talked about why I haven't been on YouTube, shown you a bit of this really strange journal with lots of glitter pages and stuff. Try to have a sip of coffee here and there. I'm not sure I really wanted to say anything special with this video other than hi, I'm alive, I missed you, I missed your thumbs up, your comments, making and editing videos. So trying to be back with videos every Thursday from now on. And until I see you again, please take care of yourself, stay creative, find your community, find the people you like. Be as colorful and awesome as you possibly can, and yeah, that's it from me. This is really strange. I'm really not gonna make anything in this video. Okay, I know I'm not. I'm just gonna be finishing it here and saying thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye friends.